Welcome. Welcome to the very first episode of Southern Custom Guns YouTube video channels. Alright, so what we got here is a video review of Axeon scopes, Axeon optics. So Axeon was kind enough to send me their 1x4 hunting tactical scope. It comes in this nice little box. Okay, it is a 1x4 by 24 millimeter scope. Scope is right now currently mounted on my Franken AR. I say Franken because this gun originally started out as a DPMS. Now it is pretty much in a constant state of being built. There's always something being new to that. But right now we have the rifle here. I'll go ahead and unload, show clear, make sure there's nothing in there. Nothing in there, we're good. Okay, so what we have here is a 1x4 with a 30 millimeter tube. 1x6 with a 30 millimeter tube. Axeon has made a mil.etch scope. Once you go out, you can try and look through, you'll be able to see 6 power. That's really good. I mean, you're going to be able to see out to 600 yards, being able to make easy hits. Right now I've been able to test it out about 100 yards, just trying to make sure that it works correctly, checking audible clicks, making sure that's tracking. Everything so far is working good. We have no problems with this. Some nice things about this scope: good price, very good price. Can't say enough about the price. Check Axeon's website for the current price, because I don't want to try and say it's this price when it's really this price over here. So what I'll say is go check Axeon. And again, thank you guys for trying hooking me up with this scope. It is amazing. It is really good. There is actually a picture, I think, that I just put it up. You'll see these are the groups I actually shot. The groups was measured, they were shot at 100 yards. It is a 5-shot group, measuring 0.6 something edge to edge. If you want to go center to center, that's 0.442 center to center. 5-shot group. Not bad for a scope that's probably under 200 bucks, there and about. It's really good. That was also shot using just general surplus ammo from Walmart. 90% of my shooting is going to be done with ammo from Walmart. I'm not shooting any high-end ammo. Most of my ammo is going to be pretty basic, unless I'm shooting some other rifles, and then I'm going to try and tell you what the ammo is I'm shooting. But for just common knowledge, it's going to be regular Walmart ammo. Nothing special, nothing great. Okay, so let's talk more about this scope. As I said, it's a 1x6, meaning 1 power, meaning basically you're just looking through it. Crystal clear, just like a red dot. All the way up to 6 power. That's going to get you out to easily 600 yards. If you know how to use mil dots, I'm sure there's a lot of tutorials, and I can talk about it another time. You can use your mil dots, and you can get out to 600 yards if you know your bullet drop. Tube is 30 millimeter tube. I think a lot of scopes now, non-hunting scopes, are going to 30 millimeter. Gives you a whole lot more range of adjustments. This is really good for that. You take the caps off. If you look, you'll have 1 click is a half MOA. MOA is 1 inch at 100 yards, 2 inches at 200 yards, 3 inches 300 yards, so on as you see. So 1 click will be half an inch at 100 yards. 1 click at 200 yards will be a full inch. Okay. Things to keep in mind when you're having to make adjustments. Thankfully, we do have the scope. In here, we have the mil dots. We don't have to try and mess with this, okay? Now, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to do a quick little test just to show how accurate it is at close range. I could shoot this at distance. Fortunately, I really don't have the real good range here to do all this, so I'm actually got more set up for pistol shooting. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick drill. The drill is going to be very simple. Well, I'll hold this up. So what we're going to do, you're going to shoot on the timer, or on the buzzer, excuse me. A lot of people, y'all shoot shot timers, you're going to know what I'm talking about. On the buzzer, you're going to have 2 targets, one here, 45 degrees of each other. 2 shots is one of my favorite drills, 2 by 2. On the buzzer, you're going to come up. Set that down. On the buzzer, you're going to come up. 2 shots, slide lock. You're going to reload. Slide forward, bolt forward. You're going to engage the second 2 targets. We're looking for lowest time, but you're also looking for accuracy. You also want to, so lowest time, accuracy, and you're also going to be working skills because you're going to do reloads. Real simple drill, nothing crazy. So that's what's going to be next. So, all right, guys, here we are again. Now we're out here at my pistol range. As you see, I have two targets, two steel targets. This is really more what I do for pistol shooting more than I do rifle shooting. But for the test we're going to do today, is we're just going to basically see for up close and personal, how good is this at close range. I've already done it at 100 yards, so I know the 6 power is good. But how good is it if you're doing a action shooting match or a 2-gun match or a 3-gun match, and you come up and you're wanting to shoot close-up targets? Well, we need to know how the mechanical offset works. We need to know how crystal clear it is if we're close. We need to know if you're going to be able to look through that scope, and is it going to be able to act like a, basically, is it going to act like a red dot? You know, is it going to be able to take the place of a red dot at this close? Now, while we're on the subject of talking about that, I also need to point out this scope does not have any illuminated reticle. It is not first focal plane. It is only a second focal plane scope. There's pluses and minuses to that. Pluses is price stays low. No red dot, no illuminated reticle, no first focal plane. Your price is going to stay affordable for people who are going to try and get into a good scope. Downside, because I'm not going to turn around and just say only pluses. Downside is I like first focal plane scopes. This is not a first focal plane scope. So you need to know your mil dots. You need to understand the mil dots are maybe only calibrated for 6 power, not for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understand where your calibrations are at. It'll work just fine. It'll work either way so long as you know the capabilities of your scope, what it's capable of, what it's not capable of, and you can work within the limits of what you have. You can make something work. That's good. Just work it within the limits of what it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this drill. It's going to be real simple. I'll just try to talk about it real quick, down and dirty, nothing special, okay? All right, stand by. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. Okay. Office clear. We're cool. All right. So let's talk about this thing. So, as you see, just like when I was shooting for groups earlier, I'm still hitting to the right. I didn't turn around and really adjust anything. I just wanted to make sure the gun was on paper. As you see, both targets to the right, both of them are exactly in the same, hitting in the same spot. Could tighten it up. Your mileage may vary. Let's just hit that up. Let's go ahead and disclaimer. I'm not a fast shooter. I'm not the best shooter. There's a lot of guys I know that is much better than me. You know who you guys are. Y'all much better. I'm not denying it. But like anything else, the way we get better is we just shoot more. We just time on test, time on your skill. Back to our scope. Scope works great. You know, I can come up, I can see it crystal clear. It's just like scope right here. The only thing I see when I look up is I see that crosshair. That's all I need to see. When you look through here, what you should be seeing is, as soon as you come up, all you see is that crosshair. There shouldn't be anything, no distortion. There should be nothing like that. Works great. Up close and personal, I'm good with that, all right? I really don't have no real solid complaints about the scope, especially for, you know, what you're paying for. I'm happy with it. I think we're going to try and see some, hopefully some 2-gun matches here in the next few months. The reason I haven't been shooting them right now, it's hot outside, you know? It's really hot. It's like 96 degrees, and you're running and gunning. That temperature shoots straight up fast. So I'm gonna do some videos with this in matches. You know, hopefully, you know, we'll get some more video of that. If you got any comments or anything, just leave something in the comments. Tell me what you think. You know, for everybody, you know, help me out. Let me know what you think. All right. Thanks a lot, y'all.